Hi everybody, it's Rolex here once again with the update on whatever I'm doing right now, which is basically an endless delve. I play in softcore version of it to level 80, playing jug, and I was like, if I'm gonna make it, like if I'm gonna play like something like solo self found, if I'm gonna do this like hard content, I would rather just do like the hardest stuff, that it can offer, which is going for a hardcore version of it. And yeah, I switched to hardcore version of it, but I didn't pick Juggernaut anymore because I tasted. I think that Jug has some place. I mean, it's not a really, really good character for, Impale Spectral Helix or whatever, right? Because I mean, it's okay. I mean, if Champion doesn't exist, then Jug would be a totally fine choice for your to go. But well, when we have champion, I gotta go with champion. That's just always my go-to. Like I always started a league start with champion. That's pretty much probably like 7 or 8 leagues straight now. I've been playing champion quite a lot, like lately, uh, because I just like champion in general. It's tanky. It has just 20% less damage taken for free. So and it do damage. It deal consistent damage, which is a really really great thing. And as you can probably see from the screen, killing rare might be a problem, but clearing packs monsters and just get through the mob, fine. I'm not really dropping below about like 75% HP, like ever. I think up to the depth of like 77, up to level 77 now. When I get to level 80, 80, 83 or something like that, it might getting hurt a little bit. So I, decided to change my gear before I end the recorded, before I record this actually. I changed my gear. I changed not my gear, my gem setup and my passives a little bit because I got the um, what is this, the cluster, but it's not a good cluster anyway. It's like 11 nodes for the physical damage one, but I happen to roll like two notable on it, and it's turned to be somewhat usable, but I don't think it's like it's good. I don't think it's like that good. I'm probably gonna try to switch it out like later, because this is just what I'm using, just to fixing some of the intelligence, which probably don't really need. But maybe because I want to roll the chaos resistance on it and maybe some increased effect, so I get like 5% chaos resistance every single node. Then I have like 9 nodes for it, so it's gonna be about 40% chaos resistance. But that's pretty much the whole idea. That's why I'm doing it. Uh, but let's get into the character that I built and things that I've been done so far on this character. So I've been playing for 13 hours and I got to a little 85, in hardcore. I just play slow because I don't really need to rush anything. I don't want to just race with people. Like, yeah, here's the thing. I just don't want to race with people. I just want to play hardcore or solo final or whatnot. I don't think Scourge is very very good option for me because Scourge is just very very risky and rewarding at the same time, and I cannot really help myself to getting greedy yet because I'm not really playing hardcore that much anymore. I used to play it back in maybe like 2014, 2015, when the game was much much simpler, and you can die much easy, but as easy as it is right now because you don't really have this much defense, but you can see much more things on the screen, so you see like what is going on and what's going to kill you. But as right now, it's probably just a maze of everything combined, and then you got like blown up, right? So what I've been doing to this point, it's pretty much just stacking aura. Like I started using. I think I
I
used
can't do
like
this just yet.
hero purity and purity of elements up until this point, and I swapped to 3 purity because I I think it's much better because it's damage reduction wise and stuff like that. So I happen to get my Topaz Flash and Sapphire Flash running because I think most damage in the Delve would probably come from Cold and Lightning. So getting a little bit more less damage taken from those types of damage, it's probably going to be a better choice. I mean, of course, if I have like some armor, some granite flask, I probably use that, or even jade flask, I probably use that instead of one of these flasks. But I'm gonna keep like one of these, right? Because it's just a strong option for you to go and delve. And I think I saw a lot of like the ice spike, like what that thing, I don't even know, like that deal cold damage to you. So I think the Sapphire Plaza is pretty much required. And if I can get the Taste of Hate, that's pretty much going to be the core option for this character as well. Even though I don't gain benefit from the extra coal from Fizz, it's still really, really good. Taking less damage from Fizz and also taking less damage from cold. So, and I swapped to Purity of Fire, Purity of Ice, and Purity of Lightning. They're all level 1 because I just swapped because I forgot to level them. So don't mind me. Like right now they don't do anything except for just giving me resistance. That pretty much it. And I'm gonna level them up and probably have to spend a little bit more points on the intelligence node, probably like here, because most likely I'm going to drop this because it's just not doing that much. It's basically just give me 12% fizz and like 2 intelligence and 7 life. I don't know. This is like not that good. So I could just drop this cluster and then grab the some life and some intelligence, or maybe just going down here, grabbing more life here. So there's a lot of options that I can do, without this cluster. But this cluster is right now, as is, I'm running with Furious Assault and the Iron Breaker because I dropped the Vanquisher, which is losing about 10% fizz overwhelm damage reduction, right? Overwhelm damage reduction. So yeah, I just get 10% there, so it's nothing crazy there. I lost the crutch enemy on hit though, which is a really, really, really big thing for your damage when you just start spinning on your Spectral Helix. I'm still playing Spectral Helix because I just love Spectral Helix. Spectral Helix is great.
I can't do this just yet.
So my gear, my stats is pretty much just like garbage, all around. I, like spam a lot of character, creating a lot of characters just to get the, the Scar of Wisdom early on because like having a 0 Scar of Wisdom is really, really annoying. So I just like starting creating a lot of character, and I just happen to link my chess piece, which is like a really, really nice life roll, as you can see there. It's like 100 and something life, and strength and dexterity. So dexterity is pretty much required because I really, really need dexterity. Otherwise, I have to spend 1 more point here, which I don't want to. As you can see, I have dexterity on almost all of my gear, and they're pretty much garbage because you can't really crop them. I got whatever caster modifier quality, which is a weird one. I don't use caster mod, and as you can see, just life and strength. My gloves, it's probably one of the best one, and my helmet is probably one of the best one. Like just max life and good 2 resistance and a dexterity. And I just spam Jack Farcel until I get this axe. I spam like 3 of them, about like 3 of them. Get about like, I mean, it's decent, but it's not that great. But it's get a job done up to this point. And the deepest I go, it's level 77, as you can see here. I ran into this zone, and I feel like, yeah, it's starting to hurt quite a bit now. From before that, I never gonna lose like more than 10% of my life. When I jump into the pack with my flame dash, of course, because I don't use leap slime anymore. They don't really do anything because they don't gain fortify, and they sometimes stuck on things and just not really comfortable to use in Delph. So I swapped it out to using Flame Dash instead. Flame Dash is much better because you only use once in a while, like every now and then, because you're still going to use Quicksilver a lot. And I feel like, yeah, the damage is much bigger now, from level 76, 76 to 77, and you can see here 77, 77, 77, and then so on, right? So about here, I noticed something, but I think like, maybe it's just like a random crit, right? uh, I happen to have this, reduced damage from crit as well. So I'd be like, yeah, it's some spiky and stuff like that. So probably not that great of a, damage uh, difference, from level 77 and 76. And then I go again and again. I noticed something that, yeah, my character, it's somehow taking more damage, or maybe it's just less tanky. I don't know. So I just like planning everything out and just like, well, let's swap things out. And I've been trying to fit in all the aura, which is the determination and 3 purity. It's really hard in Soul Self Found, obviously, because you're not getting anything, right? You're not getting anything. You don't even get like the jewel that's like has 2% increase, 2 or 4%, 4%, right? From the quest reward, 4% increase reservation efficiency of skill. So you basically just have to, be on your passive, I guess. So everything is on passive right now because you can't use anything from the fossil. Yeah, there's some fossil that's, grant some aura, minion, or whatever. Like most of the time, it's gonna roll minion mod, which is like nothing for your character. So I just swap things out and then try to fit in all purity. Now they already won, so they didn't do anything. Like, I'm probably gonna level them up. But this is pretty much how I play
I
a
can't do this
character.
just
I
yet.
play a lot, but as you can see, I travel mostly just on the sideway, as you can see here. Like a lot of sideway action, because I don't want to risk the character dying, and because I don't really racing with anyone. Actually, I just want to play, and get a character to level 90, 95. Getting a random draw or something like that. That's pretty much my goal here. If my character died, it happened. Shit happened, and I'm probably gonna play something else. Maybe just doing Delve again. Maybe just doing just normal, Soul Self Found for Scourge. I don't know. If I can get Gauntlet practice here and there, that'd be great as well. But I'm probably gonna just jump into some hardcore version, some hardcore normal version of it first, and then see how it goes. For those things, have to get like the mindset of hardcore player, because I've been stay away for a very long time for hardcore stuff. I stopped playing for like almost like 5 years now, maybe like 5 or 6 years. Yeah, about 5 years that I stopped playing hardcore. I think maybe no, maybe nah. It's about like, yeah, it's about 5 years. It's probably stopped around 2016 when the Ascendancy came out, which is like then I stopped playing hardcore because nobody playing with me anymore. And generally speaking, you just want to play with your friends if you're playing hardcore, because you can talk to like shit. Yeah, I just died to that shit, something like that, and you're just like, oh shit, that's bullshit, right? Something like that. Like talking to your friend, talking to your homie, how about things and how your character die, and it's like, it's stupid, right? And then your friends will be laughing at you because like, oh yeah, you're dumb, like something like that. It's just like fun, it's a fun experience when playing hardcore. But when nobody really playing with me anymore, like, it's just like my guild's pretty much empty, as you can see here. My guild's pretty much empty, like they're all offline. So pretty much just I'm playing alone anyway, so just going for subcore because there's no one to talk to, there's no one to bragging about, when a stupid death. All right. So going back to hardcore, it's gonna be a lot of shifting, a lot of mindset changings and stuff like that. I have to adjust to a few things as well. So, but my character, I usually play tanky character even in softcore anyway. So it's pretty much nothing for the character changes or not. I mean, if you want to see my character, I probably not gonna delete it until the leaks end anyway, the event end. so you can check it out on the profile. I'm gonna put a link down below. The changes probably here and there. My chaos resistance is not even capped. It's not even like 0%. I'm gonna try to get chaos resistance somewhere, some way. That's gonna be it, I think, for this video. Just update whatever I play, whatever I do. And I don't know if there's gonna be a series about just playing Soul Self-Found, because a series that update every single day probably have to have like a really really weird thing happen, right? And having to talk about it for 15 minutes, I don't think I can do that. Or maybe I can. I don't know. Maybe we'll see it. Maybe we don't see. If you don't see it, then that's mean it's probably not gonna happen. It's probably gonna be some update here and there for the channel to not be as empty as before. So that's gonna be it, guys, and hope you guys enjoy, and don't forget to like and subscribe as well. I'm not gonna put outro here, I don't think, because outro there was a little bit I mean, it's a little bit too long. But if you think it's cool or you think it's not cool or something like that, I just I would appreciate it if you comment it down below as well for the outro. Yeah, that's gonna be it, guy. Thanks guys for watching. Bye.